you should be going.
Welcome back to hell. Welcome to Currents of War. When did a clapping sound effect get added to it? I don't remember putting that in there.
It's one of the default.
Oh.
It's just there.
Well,
you can't do anything about it.
Last time on Currents of War, the group finally, after much bullshitting with a side quest involving a wizard, got to one of the three exiled fairfolk settlements they were aiming to go to, the city of Nain Rouge, carved by gnomes, filled with various boogeymen, and currently occupied by a lot of redcaps, but not filled with redcaps. There's still a lot of non-converted fairfolk, which is odd. Our heroes wanted to get an audience with the king of Nain Rouge, but were told by the seneschal that they had to prove their worth by accomplishing a couple of tasks. One was to get a human prisoner that they had captured, a knight that was, allied with anti-fairfolk sentiment, to remove his iron armor, so that way he wasn't covered in a thing that was poisonous to fairies. And the other was to drive a beast out of the mines. They found the knight, and it turned out he was a homunculus posing as a knight named Sir Reed, who, as they say, was a little confused, but he's got the spirit. They also teamed up with Ross Weber, who also wants an audience with the King of Nain Rouge, to go down to the Orichalca mines and drive out a truly enormous bear that was down there. They raised a bit of a stink with the Redcaps, only to be fawned with and covered in praise by the leader of the Redcaps, a low elf, which is like a little mouse person, Redcap that proceeded to call our main characters heroes and tell the other villagers of Nain Rouge that if they wanted to be superb and helpful like these brave heroes, they could always become Redcaps themselves to have a similar sort of power, essentially using our heroes as recruitment tools to make more people become Redcaps, which made everyone feel kind of icky. Duck had a conversation with Rawhead Bloody Bones that was oddly civil, and the group went down to the mines and drove out a big scary bear. We begin today's session with a scene in the hall of a great elven king, or prince. A high elf, sort of mousy with glasses, carrying a huge stack of papers, rushes through the halls until she arrives at the entrance chambers, the great throne room of her prince, the Autumn Prince, who stands there among several pools of fetid water. And towering out of one of said pools is a fairy that our elven seneschal has never seen before. An enormous figure standing on four horse-like legs that look as if they have had the skin flayed off. With a humanoid torso growing from the waist up in the center of the creature's horse-like body. The figure is clad in a sort of stained and hideous armor from head to toe that covers much but not all of its skinless body. As it glares at her with blazing eyes, the seneschal says, my prince, who is your new acquaintance? The Autumn Prince, a very dapper and well-dressed elf, laughs and says, "Oh, this is a general that we have on loan from our fellows in the Selpictish on Sealy Court. He has a fascinating new weapon for us to use in our second attempt to conquest the mortal realm." A second attempt? Yes. My little Mortasheen, we've found something new. Brought it to heal, and soon it will make a most delicious poison for those ironclad mortals. What is it? Vampirism. My prince! Everyone knows that vampirism is a hideous disease. It removes a person of their free will. It turns them into slathering monsters who would kill and eat their own neighbors. You yourself have helped spread awareness. Yes, yes. And now with all of Fairyland believing in the power of this great disease, we have a weapon finally to equal that dreadful metal the mortals have found. All we need is to lash it to someone who is utterly loyal to me, he says as he strokes the seneschal's face. And I can think of none more loyal than you.
No.
And before the young elven woman can react, the vast knuckle of E in the room opens the jaws of its horse-like head and unleashes a miasma of red mist that surrounds her. At once she screams, her blood begins to boil in her veins, she claws at her face, tearing open the skin at the top of her head and exposing the raw flesh beneath as blood drips down. Her eyes turn red, her teeth shift in her mouth until they turn into fangs. And as she stands there, the Autumn Prince chuckles. A perfect, loyal weapon. A vampire under my... and is immediately cut off as she pounces upon him and tears out his throat. The Knucklevi, seeing that, dips down into his pool of fetid water and escapes this situation entirely. As the elven seneschal tears out her master's throat and drains him of blood, others hear the commotion and come to their prince's aid, only to quickly be slain in turn. Soon there is a pile of bodies and blood in the throne room, and then, hideously, each body stands up on its feet as the seneschal cries to herself, realizing what she's done, before she even had finished doing it. As she sees the corpses, she tells them to stay back and hears her own voice coming out of their mouths repeating the same words she just said. She tells them to stop, and they say stop in her own voice, and she realizes she's hearing it not just with her ears, but with their ears, and saying it not just with her mouth, but with their mouth. And she asks them to stop making fun of her, and she realizes they're not, because they're not someone else, they're her. She sees herself through their eyes, and she hears herself through their ears, and she speaks through their mouths, and the absolute enormity of how alone she now is overwhelms her. As more servants enter the room and try to figure out what happens, and the nascent rawhead Bloody Bones, with her blood burning in her many bodies, cannot help but pounce upon them and drain them of blood. So, that's 2 Fabula points for everybody because of 2 villains we got to meet in that scene.
GG, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
I wasn't expecting origin story.
So you're back in the city of Nain Rouge. You've just had the success of beating a big old scary bear.
Yay!
Let's go see if we can talk to this prince then.
Quick question. Should we still have our HP MP just be whatever it was left at after the battle?
I am going to be super nice and say that you are healed for the sake of me not planning on you being real fucked up.
Okay.
So you go to the palace of the Red Dwarf, and there is standing, attending to things at the entrance of the thing, is this mousy high elf seneschal with a great big stack of papers, constantly doing the various bureaucracy of maintaining even a kingdom as small as this. She looks up at you, briefly looks at Sir Reed, and points and says, "The knight? The human knight?"
He's not human.
He's like a homunculus. Anyways, you don't have to worry about him. He's just a crazy little bastard. So, me and my friends here have done a great job of doing the 2 tasks you set out for us.
When he says friends, Duck gets a pained expression.
Oh, wow. Sorry, ever since the Redcaps have moved in, I've just not been used to the opposite of disappointment. Yeah, let's get you in. And so she takes you, to the throne room of Nain Rouge. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh, I was wondering when we'd see that guy. I remember that art.
Mm-hmm.
Duck's handing
The throne room is, it's a little hot. Mainly because of one of the staples of Dwarven architecture is just using rivers of molten slag as a primary source of light. They often don't like guardrails, which is a choice. But it is a marvel of engineering and smithery and stonecraft as you enter this enormous throne room, where the king's chair is surrounded on both sides with this pool of molten slag that gives everything a very infernal light. There are also several blood-red crystals that glow with a magic light, and statues of various gnomes. I'd said dwarf several times, didn't I?
It's fine.
Just once.
Statues of several gnomes, because dwarfs don't exist in Midgheim, just gnomes, which are functionally the same thing. Statues of several gnomes throughout the area. Slouched somewhat like a person in pain on the throne in the center is an enormous gnome. Its cranial horn is crooked and jagged. Its fur has taken on a sickly, almost wine-red coloration. And upon its head there is a conical red cap. And you begin to wonder if this meeting may go very badly. As the seneschal comes in, she says, "Sir, these strangers have attended to some very important tasks." "Fine," the great king says with a wave of one of his many huge taloned paws. "Let them discuss. Seneschal, I have a task to request of you." "A task?" "I need you to leave Nain Rouge for a fortnight." "A fortnight?" "Yes. Disguise yourself as one of the humans, listen to news of their world, and report back to me." When should I leave?" "Right this instant." All right. "I will do this at once, Your Majesty." She gives a little bow, and then, somewhat concerned for what that might have precipitated that order, hurriedly leaves the throne room. The Gnome King looks at you all and says, "Well, have no fear. I take it thanks are in order." Wow, this room got real fucking awkward.
I was just amused by Flavor. Just meow.
I was laughing about that too. I was like, okay, Flavian.
The entrepreneur. The enterpriser.
Duck hiding behind Grugan. Duck's not liking this room beyond just the whole vampire gnome king.
Yeah, none of
It's,
this is
you know, goblins don't like hot heat like this.
No, you don't. And as you approach the Gnome King, you do see that there are several stains of blood on the floor.
Oh, we need to get Reed some silver.
So, you're the great king of Nain Rouge. I am Ross Weber, and these are my friends who helped me achieve. I was feeling a little nervous about this situation suddenly.
Ross, it's okay. I don't think introductions are needed. They know exactly who we are, don't you, Rawhead?
Ross's eye lights flicker at that. Head.
I like that you're standing behind me and saying this.
Well, slit up.
Also, Ross got so nervous the Beetlejuice got knocked out of him.
That happens.
Lydia, we gotta go. I don't like the feeling of not being the worst guy in the room.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, does Ross have blood?
Not anymore.
he doesn't have anything to worry about that.
Oh, he can still die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's felt now, so I think he would just get shredded.
I think if Ross died, what would essentially happen is that his clothes would just suddenly, fall flat.
Just like Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it'd be a full-on fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi, essentially.
Strike me down and I'll become more annoying than you could ever imagine.
He fucking would, though, wouldn't he?
Mhm.
He who next wears the Ross hat becomes Ross anew.
The Gnome King lounges for a moment looking at you. You speak to King Rogue of Nain Rouge. Clearly you have come here for some business. Yeah, so, my friends are here for some, altruistic bullshit. I need a map. A map. Yes, so, there's, this, place I want to go to. It's an old wizard tower. It's just, the problem is that it's stuck in the sea, and I'm not the best at, sailing and going around in circles trying to find where a wizard tower is when it doesn't pop up every now and then. So, I heard that the good dwarf king of Nain Rouge happens to have one of the few maps of where it is and when it comes out, and would allow me to get all the treasures therein if I did a favor, which I have done. The dwarf king looks at Ross for a moment. Then at the rest of you. This one's new, isn't he?
Art shrugs nonchalantly.
I guess you would say
He's a
that.
Tim.
Is he
Is
saying
this
that about
Reed?
Ross or Reed?
Well, about Ross, but that Reed is also new, yes. Is this going to be a permanent addition to your little party?
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No, I'm just...
He's
I
a
mean-
temp.
I've called them friends, but,
It was more like temporary allies.
The dwarf waves his hand dismissively. Go to one of the servants outside. They will get you your map. Damn, that was easy. Well, good luck to you guys! And exit Ross.
And maybe he has the right idea to just like we don't need anything here, right, guys?
What was the main reason we came here? I think it was just because we were here to like warn them about the impending.
Warn them about
the
the-
Goblin War coming.
I'm
Now
pretty
you're
sure they
here, and
know.
there's about half redcaps, including their king.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know.
I didn't think fairies got that big.
Oh, they get plenty big. You'll probably meet a bigger one later.
You know, they get
Wait until you meet some trolls.
some things get bigger.
I know the big bear is big, but
So, Reed,
oh,
is that the name that you go by?
that is my name. Yes.
And are you as resolute as your master was in pursuing the genocide of goblin kind?
We're working on it.
Well, maybe if the fairies are really bad.
Oh, I can make them mad for you. Would you like that? A nice
No.
army of evil to test your mettle against, Imposter Knight.
Hey, no.
No. A knight doesn't seek out conflict unless absolutely necessary. Oh,
Oh, is that true? Is that how we would characterize Sir George Garston II, Sir Bruno Gressley, Sir George III, Sir Moncher?
looks to you. You're a knight.
Was.
Just the side eye back to the giant guy in front.
Oh. So like this is bad, right?
Yes, it is in fact bad. Well, your news has been taken, and I shall see to it that everyone here is well aware that a war is going on. In fact, I can even promise you that every living body in this kingdom will soon be quite devoted to fighting in this dreadful war.
I'm really trying to think of how Art would react to that. You know what? Okay, I figured it. Hey, could you kindly fucking not?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Sorry. Like, I know this is like you guys' thing and gesturing to the party, but like, mate, I can't go back to fucking death until this shit stops. You fucking perpetuate off of this shit. Of course we're gonna fight, because fucking hell. You just want more blood. Hell, half these people gave it to you willingly. That's, like, it's almost a tad impressive if it's not so fucking gruesome. So could you just, like, help out stopping it instead of perpetuating it to become all more ever powerful?
As red caps emerge from the pools of blood to join the king alongside him, he looks at you. It hurts, doesn't it? Persisting after your necessary end.
So, are you doing this because you're lonely, or? So you're essentially just talking to yourself at this point.
Oh, excuse me, is the Dragon Slayer who's been turned into a dragon going to give me a lecture on being emotionally vulnerable?
Yes, he is.
I think perhaps one best turn that advice to yourself.
I have the perfect advice for that. Alcohol. Haven't been able to find any, but it's honestly less destructive to me than what you're doing to the entire elf population.
I am doing what I am believed to do. As I have been for longer than you have been alive. I think this argument is not going to go very far. You don't understand my situation, and to be quite frank, I don't care to understand yours. The facts of the matter are, I am going to claim this city, but sooner or later. You can choose to allow it, or you can try to stand against it. And see how
Okay.
that works for you.
Small question for you. What was that, Muncher?
Duck, you didn't tell me he was like George Garson the second.
That's just like you. Probably one of the worst things you could have said right now, Muncher.
There's a laugh from the red cap. No, I'm worse.
Except I do have one question before whatever's going to happen happens. You're so eager to drain every drop in this city. Why'd you spare the one that's closest to the king? You sent her away so she won't become one of you.
There's a quiet moment, and you can see written plainly on all of their faces, the Redcaps weren't ready to answer that. And when the voice comes again, it comes very softly. I think I'm going to have to try to kill you all now.
Oh, whoops. I said the wrong thing, everybody.
Alright, roll initiative.
To be fair, I was contemplating using an ability too, so no worries. I'm glad you did it.
Lex somehow has a good habit of finding the right things to say to piss off Brian.
That's a lot of
Honestly,
eights.
yeah, goddamn.
Let's see.
Jesus.
12
Guys,
at least.
after this, I think we should make it a mission to just stab this bastard in their actual heart.
Problem is, I think he has a bunch of hearts, or they have many hearts now.
There's always a main one.
So-
Nothing
Well,
can heal forever.
If it weren't for Duck, you guys would be going last in the initiative order, but instead you get to go first.
The Holy 12!
At the start of a conflict, does that mean that I can, like, I've never gotten to use this before.
I think it is the start of the actual conflict, yeah.
What are you using?
High speed?
Choose one option. Choose a creature you can see, and the GM reveals one of their traits. Or name a damage type and choose a creature you can see, and the GM reveals the creature's affinity towards the damage type. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm spending 15 points, and I'm going to ask for 3 of those.
Alright. I didn't mean to cut that. First things first, I'm just going to give you the stats for a normal red cap. Because you faced them before, and I feel like that's, like, just giving you a reminder of the last time you fought one is pretty easy. to count for 1.
Yeah.
Second, the Redcap Warlord has the same immunities and resistances and whatnot. I am going to say trait-wise, he has a might of 10.
Okay.
And his HP is 150.
Okay.
I think that's pretty fair for that amount of spendage.
That's pretty good. It's more than I thought it was going to be. All right, so
And then Flavian would still be able to high speed, right?
Yep. I'm going to high speed, and I'm going to evoke what? Rival Prodigies again, so that I don't pay the MP cost to this. I just pay a Fabula point instead. So
Excellent.
So Flavian is going to aim with his silver crossbow with the hinder action, aiming to damage the horn, hopefully to inflict weak on the Redcap Lord.
Fuck! Clever.
Oh, I did not roll for accuracy. There we go. Yeah.
Make sure.
So no damage, but it should inflict weak if it's weak to weak.
Yes, it doesn't in fact hit weak. Well, shit.
All right.
And it's silver, so it should be particularly annoying.
Yes. Take that, vampire thing!
God damn, I love Fabian.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, I started blasting.
So, who wants to take the first actual turn?
I could actually go because there's something I can do as well. There's
Hell
another
yeah.
thing that will help us defensively.
Yeah, go
If
for
you guys
it.
want me to. Okay.
Yeah. It's just funny, Flavian's just breaking out all the things that right after Ross left.
Here we go. Let's put this to use. Pure dust.
Ooh.
So now all of us have resistance and poison resistance to dark and poison damage until the end of the scene.
Oh, that's going to be so useful.
Nice.
That is very good. All right.
Oh, that means I have poison immunity.
Because Ross has been just so fucking active. One of them is going to attack him. Did I say Ross or Flavian?
You said Ross.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you said
hilarious. What a Freudian slip. Flavian, does 17 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like me to protect you?
Okay.
All right. Reed, you get 20 dark damage and suffer weak.
All right, so it goes down to 10 dark damage. Now I suffer weak.
10 dark damage. And is there any reaction to them hitting the iron?
Oh, there should be. I'm gonna say they just take 5 points of damage. Because it burns them.
Oh, wait, who did they attack?
Well, they attacked you, but Reed jumped in the way.
Oh, okay.
Because of Guardian shit.
Okay.
That's what
so
Charles kept doing for everyone.
So I don't take damage. Got it.
Actually, I think the way it works is it would have to then beat the Guardians' defense,
Which it does.
which was okay. Because once Charles' defense was absurd, that's why he was like so tanky.
Mm-hmm.
At least you only take 10 damage.
Might I go next then? Now that the
Yeah.
Redcaps have done their turn. I will attempt to taunt the big one. That's a bonus of 2. Oh, that'll be easy to beat.
Okay, so my guys gotta make a might plus willpower.
Yes.
Well, at the moment, they're both D8s.
It's just shy, so I actually managed to provoke him.
So you do. Alright.
Trying to think of what would actually be provocative. Probably noticing that shying away from touching the iron armor. Like, oh, you're afraid of this, aren't you?
Alright, does 22 hit you?
Absolutely.
You take 28 physical damage as the Gnome King gores you with his horn.
Ow.
28, you said?
28.
Very good.
Say TT.
Yeah?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does this guy count as nobility, technically?
Oh yeah.
The carcass he's puppeteering around does, yes.
Okay, then I know what I'm doing.
What a way to put it.
Grugan's turn.
If nobody minds.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm going to use some mind points to perform Blade Storm to make the multi-2 weapon do multi-3 instead. And then also, my heroic skill does that. And I'm gonna hit that guy 3 fucking times, hopefully.
Shit!
With the silver axe.
With the Black Knight's Warhammer,
Oh.
because it's doubled against nobility.
Oh, damn.
Crunch.
Wait, does
fuck,
enraged
fuck,
mean its
fuck.
strength is back up to normal?
No.
It lowers Dex and Insight, I believe.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
So that should
Fuck.
possibly lower defense.
Oh my god. Beautiful.
So that
Oh,
is 3
shit.
times that plus 10. And then
Those
double.
all hit. Okay.
This is a
So-
nasty Warhammer you gave me.
How much damage does it do before doubling?
6 plus 15 times 3. 51?
fuck.
Jesus Christ!
And then that's a
Wait, how-
the plus 10 to 61. So
61.
And then double that.
So 122.
Yeah.
God.
I don't think that's the intent when I'm reading it. I don't think you multiply the attack by 3. I think you don't do the multi and instead you just do 10 extra damage.
Yeah, you get 10 extra damage.
If you choose to target only one creature with the multi-attack.
Right, but I think multi in and of itself is like multi is hitting 3 creatures, so you're choosing to only hit 1 creature instead, so you're not hitting 3, and then that one attack to
It goes off 3 times. That is how I read
Does
it,
it?
and that is how I read it on the internet. Yes,
Okay.
it is. It,
Alright.
It's a
This
nasty.
fucker's in
ability.
crisis. Either way, this fucker's in crisis.
Can I go before we kill him so I can steal something from him?
There we go.
Well, one of the
Oh,
red caps has to go next.
Yeah.
I can't do that again, so that is why it's a big blowout.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your big heroic skill.
And I mean, you could have. That would have been nice to have for the shark camp fight, right?
Yeah, the thing that pissed us all off in a jokey way. I wasn't actually mad. Where's
It
your,
was fun.
Where's your map going?
Don't worry about that.
That was weird.
I will.
We're tripping balls.
That
Like zoinks.
might be a side effect.
No, sometimes you accidentally put characters in the token on the map layer instead of the token layer.
Oh
Yeah.
You know how it is. Just
Yeah.
gonna fix that
Mhm.
real quick. before
God.
I do the thing that we remember he can do.
Grugan
Oh,
hit
no,
him
no.
so hard he
Nom nom
He
nom
knocked the
nom
map.
nom 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 nom.
Oh no!
Oh god, what is he doing?
he's
He
eating
ate-
his dudes.
4 of the red caps explode into blood and recongeal inside their king,
Oh, that's gross.
restoring him to full.
See?
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm less concerned about doing the soul thievery now.
He's got fucking
Should I try
health
it?
packs.
Plus side, that's 4 red caps you don't have to put down.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Should
for
I
it.
try stealing from him just because it's funny? Every time I run into Rawhead, I steal something from him.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I am gonna read up and make sure that I actually did read that correctly when I looked at it online.
Action to perform. Alright. Yeah. Duck, you're a chimerist, right?
Yep.
So you do a soul steal, and you get a blood red gem. And while this will have uses later, the immediate effect is you suddenly know a new spell.
Ooh.
At no additional charge to you.
Ooh. That's nasty.
Yes, it is. Speaking of nasty things, one red cap is going to go up to Grugan. Why did I move it? I don't know, because it's fun for me, I suppose. And it's going to try and bite you.
Chomp.
Grugan, does 11 hit you?
No.
Well, that's a shame for that red cap. Aw, nerds.
Where is that freaking page?
Anyone else yet to go?
Hello. And I
And
don't think Art has gone either.
Nope.
Do you want to go first, Art?
You go ahead. I have a thing.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit this red cap here. See if that limits his healing a little bit.
Hits. Damn.
Okay. So one person is telling me that I'm doing it right, and the other person is telling me that it's the other way around.
Hmm?
I don't know what to.
How queer.
I don't mind the way it's been going.
Yeah, I think I
so-
saw something too that the creator was kind of dissatisfied with their original intent of it and thought it was underpowered. So I think the way you doing it is probably more true to what the creator wants nowadays.
Okay, because I'm getting multiple different answers, so.
Yeah.
All right, Moncher, you beat the shit out of one of them red caps.
Hell yeah.
Enough that it's in crisis. I don't like that. It says ouchie. And one decides to take out its pain on Flavian.
Uh-oh.
Flavian, does a 2
Oh.
hit you?
Isn't that a fumble?
That is a fumble. You get an opportunity.
All right.
Those don't happen very
Double
often.
check. No. I always got to remind myself, what can I choose for an opportunity?
That's why I got my cheat sheet.
All right, our opportunity is going to be... Who still has to go this turn?
Hello.
That would be
It was
Art
me.
or Muncher. Wait.
Oh, wait. No,
Art will be the last one to go before the new
Just Art?
turn order.
yeah, and I was the last to go before you.
Okay. So we're gonna say that Art can have a +4 bonus advantage on the next check that Art makes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, you get a +4 bonus to whatever check you make.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. So I was going to do a column A thing, but I think a column B thing is now funnier. One of the red caps is in crisis, right?
Yeah.
They're a soldier rank creature, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell it to leave?
If it counts as a valid target.
If it counts as a valid target, which is why I'm asking, not saying. Can I ask him to? Can I look at the one who's injured? He's like, you just get back in the blood. It's safer that you there, bud. I'm sorry.
If they had a sense of individuality, I'd say yes. But they don't. Is the thing.
That's fine. So it's not a valid
And also,
target.
more to the point, strategically, you don't want these things still being around.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
Otherwise, excellent move. Definitely use that later when you're facing, like, enemies
I'd
that
do
aren't
this.
part of the Borg collective.
I forgot I had it, to be completely honest with you, until recently.
Do it enough
Um,
times on the Breton Charming, and you might be able to instigate a rebellion.
Yeah.
You know, fair enough, fair enough. I'm going to use one of my new class's abilities. I'm going to look to the big old raw head,
Uh-huh.
and in the voice of the dead, look raw head in the eyes and be, how do we keep you back home for the time being?
The
Like,
all the red caps cock their head in unison. We're already there.
You know that's not what I meant.
We're trying to get out.
I'm trying to put you back in.
You want
That's
to
my turn.
keep me there? You're going to have
A
to
bit.
kill all of us.
are you
Damn
just
it.
crying over spilled blood?
Yeah, it's fine, no worries. That's my turn.
Nice. The last red cap gets to go, and I'm gonna say it's going for Art. Didn't like that question. Impertinent.
69.
15? Does 15 hit you?
Does a 15 hit me? I don't remember.
He'll figure it out.
Probably, yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
get
that hits.
definitely. Okay, good. It bites you something terrible. You take 19 damage. Ha-cha.
What type of
it's
damage?
It's dark damage though, which I think you guys are now resistant to, and you suffer
Well-
weak.
I'm immune to dark normally.
Well, look at you, you saucy.
So
But
that's-
you still get weak.
I still get the weak. But it is just kind of like bites, and Art's like, that's not doing what you think it's doing, mate.
Gnawing
Well-
on your arm. Which just no
In-
meat.
In theory, if it does the bump up, it's absorption. And he's just looking down like, that is just not doing what you're thinking it's doing.
Okay. New round.
Oh god, you with absorption would be like, okay, Mr. Sponge, just go soak up the blood.
Don't
Hey,
put
would that give Art flesh again? like what happened to the Lich in Adventure Time?
I don't want to think about that. And you know what? I'm not going to think about that. Hey,
Rebuild.
Grugan.
What?
No, not Grugan. Actually, we haven't done this yet with our new friend, Sir Reed. Hey, Sir Reed. I need you to roll me a free attack. Your high roll will be 0 when calculating damage.
Alrighty then. Getting it straight.
So that'd be 10 physical, but it is iron. That's nice.
Ouch.
And because that procs, I get to use an ability for free. Oh no, I can use it. I have to spend the appropriate MP. So then we will use charging cavalry. You want to hit him again?
Might as well.
Dang. How are you doing?
Good job.
How do you do that?
Commander. It's a fun class. You don't get to do much, but you make sure everybody else has fun. I love it.
We've been using it to great effect.
All right. You splatter a red cap.
And then because I activated that ability, Crushing Chariot procs, so would it be funnier to have Reed take his turn now, or should we just let somebody else go?
I can breach him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Reed, it's your turn.
Breach is fun.
Break off that horn.
All right, let me read up on. Okay, spend an action, 5 mind points, perform a free attack. So let's see if this hits.
If Flavian uses Soul Steel, will he get the royal jewels? Nice.
And
And it's
because of
multi.
my particular
God
upgrade, I use high roll for breach.
Damn.
God damn.
So,
Okay, is breach the strip them of their armor thing?
yes,
Or
sort of.
Or whatever else that you. Yeah, there we go.
Since I didn't actually stat up armor for the king, let me see.
I could always do the
Royal
last
gnome
option
armor?
where
The target's
he starts taking more damage.
Yeah, he'll take extra damage.
He'll leave a big nasty gash with his iron axe across that horn. You're in trouble now, fiend!
Their turn, right?
I believe so.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. He is going to vomit blood over everybody.
Gross.
Everyone suffering from weak is now vulnerable to poison damage.
Oh.
If you were resistant, you are now back to taking normal poison damage.
So I'm just
So is
down to
that
resistance.
Just down to normal.
Is that only if we were suffering weak?
Only if you were suffering weak.
Okay.
Okay.
If you notice, the red caps have an ability that makes you suffer weak, so it's a little bit of a setting them up for a fall thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. I am now weak and poisoned.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
The
no.
mud got poisoned.
Evil fairy bullshit.
I could probably take out the rest of the red caps if we want to make this room look a little different.
That would
Yeah,
probably
go
be
ahead.
helpful, yeah.
Yeah. Can't complain about that.
Time to rearrange the furniture, as they say.
Well, the king's dead, so they can't complain to me about this.
There it is.
And I'm doing it to the to any number of creatures, so each of them takes 45 damage because it increased because I'm over level 20.
Mm-hmm.
So each of them takes 45 just flat damage.
Damn. That does not down any of them, but 3 of them
Oh.
are in crisis.
Well, I softened them up.
Significantly. Like, if anyone else had a multi-attack, you could get rid of all the red caps.
I sure do.
Hell yeah.
It's their turn though, right?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, he would have taken extra damage from the breach.
Oh, that is true. How much
6.
extra damage? 6. Yeah, that's not too bad.
So 51 damage total from the comet.
Yeah.
Chip damage is adds up over time.
His damage is now Luftballons. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Might as well. Who was weakened?
Not I.
That would be moi.
Okay. One of them's gonna come up to you. He's gonna slat you with his nasty little nails.
Oh, no.
Does 10 hit you?
It does not.
Aw, dang.
And because you just try to swipe at iron, but it hurts
Oh.
it, right?
It
I
does.
think it, and that was an even hit. I believe. I think I can get a counterattack off.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
Well, that was in stereo, both of you saying that.
I
All
live
right,
for
yeah.
counterattacks. There.
Oh,
Come here. Oh,
Oh.
my god.
that's a crit.
Oh my god.
Well, that guy's dead.
Lat.
I think that's an opportunity.
Yeah, that's an opportunity, alright. You figure out what you want to take while the person who's... Because that was a counterattack. Someone else has to do their actual turn now.
Yes.
Okay. I will go ahead and hit these two with a multi-attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the Gnome King to suffer slow.
You
Well,
Gallagher.
The Gnome King has taken his turn already this round, so it's basically whoever's left mopping up at this point before we do the next round.
Beat him.
Monshare, Art, and Flavian, I think.
No, I started
I
the
know,
round
Art-
off.
That's right.
You
Monshare
wanna
and
go
Flavian.
ahead? You want to go
That-
ahead, Flavian?
Sure, I'll just take a quick shot at him.
Oh, that doesn't quite hit. Well,
Oh,
wait. Given all this shit, I think actually we did lower his defense to the point where yeah, that does hit.
okay.
So alright.
What's that?
It's 32 damage, I think. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
+6 from breach.
Oh,
38.
hot shot.
Wait, Scene, I just realized something.
Ah.
We're a debuffing Monster Sanctuary team now.
We are.
We have a full 6 members. Holy shit. We are so back.
I think it's your turn,
Monshare.
Monshare.
Click him. Stuff him in your barrel.
I think he would contaminate the taste.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you need a separate barrel to ferment them in.
Okay, so multi hits twice, right? Or
Yes.
does...
Well, it can of an ability.
Okay. Let me see my abilities before I submit to this. Submit? Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Fuck it, we ball.
We need to stop at another temple sometime to stock up on holy water again.
What's this song from?
It is Black Omen from Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
Say Scatha.
Lavos' theme from Chrono Trigger was one of the first boss themes for Rawhead.
For Bladestorm, to get the multi 3, you have to spend 20, right?
Let me see here.
Because it says spend 10
The
mind.
weapon master skill?
Yeah.
10 mind points and choose the one option. If your weapon already has a multi of 2, you can go up to a multi of 3. You can't go up any higher to make it multi 3 unless your weapon does that automatically.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna spend those 10 MP. And while this might do less with the tail than the silver, gonna hit him with my tail.
Nice. That hits.
So that'd be 18 times 3.
Nice. Damn.
Pretty good.
54 damage.
Okay. Anyone else?
Wait, 60 damage, isn't it because of the breach?
Yeah.
Breach does give 6.
Yes. So, anyone else?
I think that was.
I think that was everyone for this round.
Yeah.
All right. Top of the round.
You want to try stealing again, Duck, before we.
Or Flavian.
Mm,
I mean, I could try stealing, but I don't. Can you do? Do you want to try it, Flavian?
Let's see. Never tried. Give it a shot. Oops. X plus willpower. Then I get up. Yeah, +1 because of my level. Okay.
No, I always forget about the +3 for it.
How does
Okay.
that do against its magic defense?
Barely enough.
Alrighty. So Flavian gets a treasure or something.
Yeah, or something. You get a clump of congealed vampiric blood, which will be useful later.
I hate that.
Like the one Duck got from the last time.
Yep.
Duck! What is this?
Oh, that's useful. That's that. It's a crafting material. Save it.
That's part of me. Don't call it useful. It's gross.
I'm making something out of you to hurt you.
Jesus.
You put it that way, that's extra fucked up.
Does 21 hit everybody?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck you. 20 earth damage to everybody, and you're all poisoned.
Oof.
Fuck you.
Ouch.
21, you said?
20 earth damage, you're all poisoned.
Maybe I should have said that.
Damn.
You do some sort of weird earthquake.
Yeah, all the glowing red crystals around you pulse as he unleashes a tremor of earth power that's been corrupted by the vampiric energy of the red cap disease.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
A bloodstone bombardment, one might say. Anyway, one of you gets to go.
Can I try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep going.
If it works, it works.
Because if they're vulnerable to fire magic,
Holy shit.
Damn.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, my good friends.
Yeah.
He had 1 HP left. And with that, the dwarf the gnome, god fucking damn it! Curse you, pop culture! Curse my own obstinacy! The gnome, begins to visibly break apart and dissolve into blood and bones. And as it does, if blood could look angry, you would feel a sense of sort of simmering rage, as it and all the other bloodstains recede into the cracks in the earth and disappear.
Before it vanishes, Moncher is going to tell it, "Gonna stab you in your big old heart when we meet in person."
and well, it's disappearing. Duck said she ran up to do the dragon fire, which is just. She has that look of pity again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As it's trying to escape into the cracks, Reed runs up to it and tries stomping it with his iron boot. Go, away! Go!
Enthusiastic. I like it.
Gross. We just killed the king.
Yeah, what are...
What was
No, we
left
killed
of
the
the
king's
king?
corpse.
But we're going to step outside and all the red caps are going to say, "Oh no, we killed the king!"
Well, then we kill them too, right?
What about the ones who aren't red caps?
We don't kill them?
But now they're going to join the red caps. This sucks.
It's not a great situation, but we can probably explain.
Yeah.
We just gotta sell it louder, you know? The red caps killed the king. That's what we just have to run out here screaming, right? Right?
Wait a minute. Ross promised me a reward so I can talk straight. That little bitch!
Oh God, that's right.
I'll leave that head on his neck!
Good luck. He doesn't have one of those. It's just
Do we know any
void.
other? Do we know any other wizards?
Barbarin.
Yeah.
I also have a hocus.
Well, you guys find yourselves in a now very empty throne room.
Yeah, Duck's gonna search to see if there was anything lootable. He can't help it.
Leave it to the thief.
You find 2,000 Zenit worth of shit that you can steal.
I'm just
Things that
gonna.
are easily pried off and very valuable. Especially because
Excellent.
they're fine dwarven craftsmanship.
Gnomish craftsmanship.
God damn it.
Oh,
A hell of my own making.
Duck's just gonna be like, I sure hope none of the populace searches me, because I literally have the royal jewels.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, right. We're dealing with repercussions on the fact that we killed the king, and half the
You
town.
know,
He was a vampire. He was already
I'm-
dead.
I'm still saying we dealt with the king's corpse. We didn't kill the king. That was Ryan.
Yeah.
And that's assuming
Yeah.
that. That's also assuming we're not about to walk outside into half the town, having eaten the other half of town.
Yeah, although I did kind of burn away our evidence. So, oh wait, Flavian, you have evidence. The Jello.
It's stuff. Ugh.
Yeah. No, well, back at Morago, when they were making the weapon for me, they said by using that it would be extra damaging against vampires. So it should be useful for crafting. Maybe Pierre can whip something up. I'd say Ross probably could, but fuck that guy. You got what he wanted then. Fuck it. What's that about a map?
Be a little afraid that Pierre would try to mess with this and he'd end up a vampire too. And I don't think I want to find out what a vampire Pierre is like.
I'm trying to imagine that too.
The world's most polite vampire.
He'd be so cuddly.
May I
Cuddliest
please?
vampire around.
May I
please let some
please
of
suck your
blood?
blood?
You mind if
No.
I suck your
No,
blood
okay.
out? Oh, jeez.
You say no, it's like, oh, okay. It's just understanding.
Dang! Oh well.
I'm
Can I
incredibly
interest you in
sorry
some of
about
these
this, but I
wares?
must drain your veins.
Start selling
Mm.
umbrellas.
Alright, you guys eventually leave the mostly empty palace and find a strange sight outside. About half the town has gone quiet. And when you look over at the Red Cap orientation camp, you see why. All of the Red Caps are gone.
Does it look like they melted into the ground at the same time?
You know, now that you mention it, it does seem like they all just sort of slunk away.
I think we need to go inside their tent
Yeah.
building. Is that a tent or a building?
Yeah, of course. Lead the way, mon cher.
Sir Monsieur.
So you enter their orientation camp, and going through the little archway and inside, you do find this sort of. It looks very much like a church, albeit one that's been set up out of ramshackle equipment. Like a temporary church, I suppose you could say. There are rows and rows of seating. There's a pulpit, a great podium for the speaker to stand on, and copious bloodstains everywhere that blend in with the various red fabric they use. You do see claw marks on some of the furniture of people who probably had sudden second thoughts as their throats were being ripped open as they were converted. But it is eerily quiet and empty. And when you go beyond this, you see several houses that are set up with individual identities and furnishings on the outside. But as soon as you get inside, they're just empty with raw soil. And that is what looks to be slightly damp, as if blood has seeped in through it and down deep into the earth. The further and further you explore, the less there's a pretense of civilization and life in this area, and more just a place to store a bunch of bodies. But you do, upon thorough examination, find that the Red Caps have completely gone.
Barbaric.
And are the unconverted members of town still around?
Yeah, they are, and many of them have noticed the sudden departure of their friends. They can be, when you interrogate them, they basically say what they saw is that, not too long ago, i.e. around the same time you guys were having your little confrontation, all the Redcaps stopped what they were doing. The Redcap preacher shut up for the first time since coming here. They all immediately stopped, went into their camp, and then essentially disappeared. It was very eerie.
They're a captain of the guard or someone with some kind of authority left over.
Is the Seneschal still here, or did she go as the king bid her?
She went as the king bid her. You do know there are some guards in the prison, including one
Yeah.
very chill orc.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd
it
have
was
to
like
deal
people
with
kind of
most of that,
poking their
yeah.
heads out of their homes,
No,
or are they kind of in a crowd now?
like most of the people are going about their business. Some are sort of looking at the Redcap camp with like concern or interest, but most of them have been trying to steer clear of these guys because as much as they've preached otherwise, Redcaps are bad news.
So
Mhm.
Deck will waddle over to Art and kind of tug on his arm. And kind of Grugan.
What's up?
Should we make a declaration?
Yeah.
We need to let these people know.
Yeah.
Art's gonna look to Grugan and is like, "Now,
Might be
I'll-
best.
I'll help out where I can, but I'm unfortunately enough human that I don't think the message would go over well."
Yeah, I'm thinking it would best come from me or Grugan. You up for that, Grugan? Or I can try giving a shout.
To be fair, we should probably get somebody who these people know to tell them, hey, we just murdered your.
What about Reed's friend from the jail?
Oh my god, we could get our orc friend, or we could go find the one who's supposed to be out of town for a fortnight.
I could do my best if you wanted to,
Oh.
but
Actually, Monsieur, you're probably the fastest one. You'd be able to catch up with her. Do you think you'd be able to find her?
I can try.
Alright, Monsieur. Make an insight willpower check for me.
Okay, going.
Difficulty of 12.
I think of a way Deck might be able to help, but I'm not sure.
Ba bing ba boom.
wow.
Oh, I'm just
Monsieur,
gonna
you-
spend.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna spend the Fabula point to re-roll that, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was.
It's gonna be mean if it's gonna roll lower. That's just gonna be mean.
You're rolling with 2d6s, to be fair, my guy.
Oh, we might still be poisoned.
I think that clears up after a fight scene, right?
Generally, yeah.
So make sure you uncheck that, Monsieur, because
Okay, so I'm gonna get to my Fabula points, so I spend one. Okay, now
and the
Let's
pure
try
dust
it.
wore off, right?
Yeah, only for the scene.
nope.
Alright, Monsieur. You fly for 4 hours outside
Oh,
of
damn.
the area before you realize, yeah, you don't know how to fucking find this lady.
Yeah, he didn't
Well.
actually say where she was going.
Mm-hmm.
Go spy on
I'll
the
be back
humans.
eventually.
She'll be back in a fortnight.
Which is
With
20 days, I think.
Fortnite. No, it's not that long.
It's like 12 days.
It's a period of 2 weeks.
Ah.
Okay, so 14.
Oh, we should probably go find someone then.
Yeah, go see if our orc friend would like help us calm everybody down.
Alright. You guys go to the prison. You find the guards, including the chill orc, are playing a game of point and tap tarot with their tarot cards, as would be a normal pastime in this vaguely medieval fantasy land.
So, hey fellas, need to report something pretty serious.
Oh, does someone get eaten by the bear?
No, we dealt with the bear. The bear's gone. But so are all the red caps, which included the king because they ate the king. The king is dead.
The guards blink, nod their heads, and they go, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, we could show you the throne room, and you can see there's been some
Carnage.
messed up blood magic.
They immediately pale, start putting on their armor, and then follow you to the throne room. Upon seeing everything, the guards all sort of take a great big sigh and like, "Whoo, this is
And the
it's heavy.
seneschal
This
just
is
left.
oh no, oh jeez." One of them starts hyperventilating. Oh, we beefed this one up. We're supposed to keep this from happening.
It's fine. It happens. It happens a lot.
To be fair, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have to be here in this prison.
Oh yeah, we
What?
could blame the mud guy. Hey, we're not blaming Muddy Buddy.
Oh, and to be fair, if you were in the palace, they might have converted you too.
Yeah.
But listen, we got our story straight here. No one's prepared for vampires. And they all nod. No one's prepared for vampires. Okay. Oh, jeez. At least that's the worst news we got coming today.
Don't say stuff like that.
Is
So you all heard about that goblin war, right?
Oh, no!
Is knocking on wood still a superstition?
Yes, it is.
Grugan's going to do that
Might be a problem.
Oh,
with
no!
with the most deadpan look on his face.
You tell them about the Goblin War. They proceed.
And Art will make a thing of like, and that lovely little assistant that was pretty much doing all the work for the king. I think he was king. Maybe he was prince. I don't know how you guys' stuff works.
We let him call himself a king. He liked it.
Well, the lady who
He's
was
really
keeping
more
everything
of a mayor,
running,
but
the one who was keeping everything running, the nice studious lady.
the Seneschal?
Yes, her name. That was a great fuck up. The Seneschal was sent out just before everything, so she should be back hopefully in a fortnight. We gotta go warn the other goblin towns.
Oh, jeez. And the guard quickly mobilizes to tell everyone and sort of rally things.
We will warn them. It's like, just to be sure, just in case the red caps do come back, silver weapons, and like we'll show our silver weapons. Like these will be very useful.
They nod. And the Chillork's like, I guess, the king's not here. We could just raid the royal stocks and just get as much silver as we can to start making new weapons.
Yes, where
Might
is
as well
that
anyway
located?
if we got a war going on.
It's important to
Where's-
use every resource you have.
Now you said a royal vault. Where's that located?
Oh, inside the palace, and they give you more instructions when they should.
Like the guy in the looting and bossing say, it's like, I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to join you. The best loot's on the third floor.
Krugen's just gonna side eye you, and he's gonna go with the guards to try to like calm everybody down in the town and tell them what's going on.
And eventually, everyone does sort of accept what's going on. You get a confirmation from the guards that as soon as the Seneschal returns, they will gladly send word to the Grumboog and to the Lady of Fright in Betelabel about joining forces along with any other goblin and boogeyman settlements that they can find, and that the Orichalcum at the disposal of Nain Rouge will be given to the war effort. So congrats, 1 out of 3 towns you were tasked with finding has agreed to join the war effort.
Nice.
At what cost?
So much death.
A little noble murder doesn't hurt anybody.
I mean, you're not wrong. I am planning on regicide.
I am still saying that we did not kill the king. The king was killed before we got here.
I mean, it was really more of a mayor than anything.
Technically
We
true.
put down the thing puppeting his body.
Technically true.
I'm trying to
think-
remember. Did we meet any of the other towns, main towns yet? I don't even remember.
Not yet.
No, you haven't actually. Like, this is the first of the 3 towns you were tasked with that you've actually managed to reach, because it's been a long, strange journey.
Yeah, we took the
We did
wide
meet
route
the
to
lady
hit
of
all the
Fright, right?
smaller.
I don't think we've met the Lady of Fright.
Not yet.
Nope. Which,
Looking at the path we've been setting on, she's probably going to be the last that you meet.
yeah, Duck's not looking forward to the next stop. Oh boy.
We've warned them. We've done our job. Let's get on to the next one.
All right, look at you guys.
Was there anything noteworthy in the Royal Vault? Like when it cleaned it out?
Unfortunately, nothing that you were able to get because the guards were pretty thoroughly there.
Okay, I did loot the throne room, so. at least
Yeah, you
that's-
and you stole from the heart of the fucker. As you leave Nain Rouge, you do see not too far from the entrance on the road is a little stand with Ross Weber kicking his feet up by it.
Reed is charging towards it. In a Monty Python night coming in from the distance.
He waves. So how'd it go in there?
Launches himself over the fucking counter to grab him.
Oh, holy shit!
You ran out on me!
Oh, whoa! I'm here right now, aren't I? Jeez.
You made a promise!
I did, in fact, make a promise. Okay. Been a while since I've worked with a homunculus before, and to be quite frank, not my forte, but how hard can this be? Okay, this might sting a little, he says, as he shoves a hand right into your throat.
Jesus.
Yep, just gonna sculpt some passageways here. Just, he takes a hand out, he grabs some small wooden dowels, and then jabs them inside you and starts sticking around. It takes about 15 minutes before he's satisfied. He pulls his hands out, grabs your throat, and smooths it down over the incision. Alright, how do you feel, buddy?
How dare you!
Yeah, keep going. Get those babies tried out. I bet they're a little tender.
I didn't expect that to be so unpleasant.
Yeah, well, everyone's birth process is awful and terrible. That's why people
There's
shouldn't
a
have more
pleasant-
generations.
It was unpleasant to listen to.
All right, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do some vocal warm-ups every morning. Try saying, amidst the mists and coldest frost, with stoutest wrists and loudest boast, he thrusts his fists against the post and still insists he sees the ghost.
Okay.
Amidst the mists and coldest frost, with stoutest wrists and loudest boast, he thrusts his fists against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. Come on, you say it.
I'm gonna do that later. I need to.
The rain in Castellane stays mainly in the plain. Come on now. Red leather, yellow leather? Oh, how about this one? How about this one? I am not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son, but I'll pluck your pheasant till the day is down.
You call me God to me?
I'm talking about peasant pluckers. Anyway, I fixed your mudman, but friends, and Flavian in particular, I gotta say, I enjoyed our little team up. It's so fun for me to do pro bono work. I have a little proposition. If you
Yeah.
find yourselves in the area of Leonis, there is a tower in the sea that I really, really want to explore. But to do that, I need some experienced help
I thought
to
you were going to
assist
say
me.
expendable.
There were many words that went through my head until I found the right ones, but I need some experienced help to help me procure the various valuables wherein. And because you would be doing me a service, I'm willing to give you all cut of whatever we find and the profits we make off of what we don't want to keep. This is the tower of Mirzin Ambrosius, one of the greatest wizards in all of Morrigal, nay, all of Francaine, to ever live, who sadly, of course, perished about 500 years ago and left his tower to just sort of bob up and down in the sea. If we can find our way in and loot that place, there are sure to be magic secrets beyond our comprehension, and more to the point, beyond all sorts of value in terms of resale.
Yeah. Yeah, you're speaking my language. I like where you're going with this.
All right.
Although, you guys, this time, like, let's not make sure we don't release any demons held within there, please.
No promises.
I can't
Yeah.
promise that.
Yeah, I can't promise that. Sorry, mate.
Ah!
Oh, hey, look, the bear made it
Well, when the last one comes around to bite us in the butts, don't say I didn't oppose it all.
out. I argue that with the help of our Ruskavalic friend, he will be a key component to the human stuff we are blatantly ignoring to help the goblins. Also, I'm pretty sure our wonderful friend Joanne can't burn our Ruskavalic friend.
Yeah,
Well,
I suppose that's good for them.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I got to make that offer. If you wish to take me up on it, I'll see you in Leonis. And before I go, do you guys need a tent?
it wouldn't hurt.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Ross will give you a tent for 100 zenith.
Alright, I'll pay it.
All right. He tips his hat to you all, and in a poof of the purple smoke, disappears. Leaving you outside Nain Rouge. Congrats! One of the three big tasks ahead of you have taken. Next time, the Field of Desolis. But for now, let's have an interlude.
Oh boy.
Well, I got a new person to add on the character sheet.
Yeah.
That is true. I have all sorts of people to build bonds with.
It's annoying you can't add more to the bonds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Yeah,
Yeah, I
place
have to
sticks.
keep track of them elsewhere.
They kind
I
of,
do it in the journal.
yeah, they want you to only have 6, but I don't really understand honestly why.
I feel like it's a way to sort of, like, I feel like it's to make it not daunting for people who want to run this system, but don't want to necessarily make a very large cast of NPCs.
Yeah, that's true.
But personally, I do like making a filled out cast, and I do like giving you reasons to have bonds with all those characters. I like the mechanic incentive there.
Yeah. I'm going to add a bond of affection with Sir Reed.
Really now.
Help defend Flavian back there.
In contrast, Duck's adding one of mistrust because something's up with this mud man. Not sure what. Don't know if it's a good thing, but
That's fair. Can you really trust anybody who's covered in hemlock?
Probably not.
I've also
Um,
changed my bond of mistrust with Duck to loyalty.
aw.
Starting to be thieves in arms.
Aww. Isn't that cute?
I'm gonna do affection with Sir Reed. He's my friend. I gotta help him learn how to be a human before I stop being human. Again.
I'm putting Sir Reed under mistrust just because you are wearing an entire iron suit and haven't had the best outlooks on fairies.
Yeah, that's kind of why Duck's are the same.
Absolutely fair.
Naturally, the humans are bonding with the Roomba.
Speaking of humans, there's a grave dragon in the room we need to address.
There's a lot of things we could address.
Yeah.
JD back.
So like next session will be the Fields of Desolise. And from there you really do have a way to fork it. You can either go straight to the stronghold of the Grumbouge, or you can explore the Jaravos Mountains and the Bramblewoods. You have heard rumors of there being a large dragon in the Bramblewoods, and there is a rumored Fairfolk settlement there as well that might be worth exploring.
I think
Either way, from there, it would make sense to go through the Briore Marsh and get to Bete la Belle. And then it's Leonis and more Briere and Lutetia, and then probably Endgame.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's.
there's
a,
also Leonis.
I think that's
I
a
was
good
looking
route.
at the map and I was like, we've carved out a lot of it.
I like that idea. Grumboog, then straight over here, and then Beltotum. I can't say that.
Yeah.
one.
Bete la Belle.
That's all about.
Betelabel.
Because we can follow the Treadscar path pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
But
wait to
that's-
walk upon the Fields of Desolation. That's probably a lovely hike.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
Duck actually wanted to bring something up during the interlude. As we're
Please do.
discussing.
Yeah.
So, as we're discussing next steps, he goes, "Yeah, going to the Grumboog is probably the best thing that we should do, but it's not going to be a good return for me." He does not like me, to put it mildly.
Oh.
Did you steal something from him?
Not successfully, but he takes his iron boots very seriously. I got caught as I was trying to figure out how to carry them.
What were you gonna do? Never mind.
You say that there is a fairy with iron boots?
Oh yes,
yeah.
that's his big thing. He says that he figured out the secret of iron, and now it doesn't hurt him.
Well, I
I think that's what
tried
the
to find
background
the
was.
Well, you would remember. Duck would remember specifically that the Grumboog is related to Bandit King Iron Shoes. One of the most infamous banished exiled fairies of Fairyland, because Iron Shoes was the first fairy in Fairyland to realize, hey, wait a minute, this whole iron weakness is psychosomatic.
Yeah. So
Why the fuck
Jack
am I
got that
believing in
mixed
it?
up. She's like, oh no, his ancestor figured it out.
Yeah. And Iron Shoes then proceeded to make a huge pair of iron gauntlets, which he used to basically beat the shit out of and kill several fairy nobles until he was kicked out of Fairyland in a grand rebellion for the lower classes. And so ever since, the name Iron Shoes is spoken of with disdain by fairy nobility and with great admiration by fairy working class citizens.
Probably why Duck went there early on after her banishment.
Mm-hmm.
So this is effectively a working class settlement.
Yeah, I mean, most of these exiled fairies would be considered, would be descended from working class people who were essentially kicked out or abandoned. That's why most of them are boogeyman settlements.
Okay.
What were you saying, Dizzy?
I forgot. He's just amazed that there's a fairy who could wear iron. But I didn't mention it earlier, but he is forming a bond of loyalty with Arthur.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so now he's just kind of scratching his head, trying to take this all in. So
Art's just gonna pat him like, no rush.
Well, let me get this straight.
Mhm.
Oh, invading army. Yep.
Yes.
Very, very bad.
Yes.
And you're going around telling goblins to get ready.
I mean, we're telling the goblins about it and informing them. To be fair, we have informed nearly every human settlement on the northern half of Morrigal. We're actually running a little behind on the goblin settlements.
Is really the Goblin Slayer army is more just should be properly named the Bretonche Raiding Army, because it's just an excuse to come in and loot.
So now that we're not fighting for our lives, hi, my name's Art Baker. I was a sergeant in the Third Goblin War. Then I died.
Sorry?
Oh yes, have we actually introduced ourselves yet?
I don't think we have, actually.
Kind of in an abbreviated way. Ross Weber was there, so it felt awkward.
But yeah, so
I've mostly been nodding my head.
that's fair. And don't feel sorry about it. It's old death. Only reason I'm back up is because I swore as I was dying that there can't be another one of these stupid fucking things. Because the truth be told, the last Goblin War, the one I was in, Bretons came in really, really late. So they'd already gone through the goblin fights and had gotten to the part where different royalty were, sacking each other's treasures and going, oh, we rescue these from fighting some nasty goblins in the woods. Well, the defeated bodies of their enemies and rivals and things with that. It's a bunch of really up-top rich people determining the lives of small common folk like us. Worthless. So I'm stopping it because it's fucking stupid.
I was told differently that it was just stopping goblins.
Oh, it's the cover that was presented, because with the fellows we just fought with red caps, they were vampire goblins. They need blood because they're vampires. So they raid settlements in the night, And when you can't see what it is and you know a goblin exists, well, you just blame a goblin. You don't know it's a vampire goblin, you just know it's a goblin if you've never seen it before.
But it needs to be stopped.
Those,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, those need to be stopped.
Okay.
Just like vampires. You don't fuck with vampires.
Well, I don't have any blood for them to take.
Exactly. That's why you're very, very important to help us out.
Yeah, but hold up. You mentioned what you were told back there. I've been wondering who made you anyway.
Well, Court Wizard of Leonis. The city the Weber mentioned.
Ah. Well, we'll be getting you back down there.
That's probably not a good idea. Because what the Weber said was true. I did slay the original Sarid. So,
And why'd you do that, mate?
it was in, I was afraid of dying.
Oh, no worries then. Self-defense isn't a crime.
Well, if anybody knew that I homunculus killed their master, there would certainly be consequences.
But if you keep that secret to the grave, no one will know.
And
We'll work on a story.
I'm certainly not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, the original Sir Reed was probably better off dead
Yeah.
if his reputation was anything to go by.
I didn't know him for very long. He didn't talk to me very much. I was given to him to be a squire, so to speak. Do all the busy work.
That makes sense. Humans like to do that. Most noble people like to do that. Find somebody that they can kick while they're down and make them do all their dirty work.
Do fairies not do that?
No, they do. Unfortunately.
But most of the ones that do that, though, are in Fairyland, not here. Right? I think I got that right?
Most of them think kicking people out of the fairylands is some sort of grand punishment.
Although some like to add a little bit of zip to the banishment and duck just size.
Oh, I can't wait till the repercussions of me stabbing a goose comes back to haunt my ass.
Yeah, me too.
A
It'll
goose?
happen.
Oh, right, so...
Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Duck.
My name's Grugan.
I'm on chair.
Yeah, I'm Flavian Pascal. Yeah, I'm really kind of hoping we can get a nice big payout from all this,
Oh, so you're a merchant then?
Yeah.
Why travel in a company of warriors?
Well, mostly for profit. And,
Art leans in. He likes us, but he's still getting used to telling other people that.
And, with all this stuff going on around now, it's good to have some muscle. It's getting to be a dangerous place, with all these soldiers and these vampires running around. I don't know how Ross and Pierre do it going all out on their own. Surprised we haven't come across their heads on a stake yet.
Well, we would just find Ross's hat on a stick.
So Ross is tricky, and everybody loves Pierre. I mean this as nice as I can, Flavian. He's too friendly to die.
Well, now that's a challenge.
No.
Oh no, Red Cap Pierre. Oh wait, we had this joke earlier.
Pierre.
So, okay. So once you do warn everybody, what then?
Once we get a warning to all of the settlements, our plan is to head down here, and I'm assuming Art's pointing at the map, to Leonis, and if I remember right, there's a human side effort rallying the cries of the people, and we're going to meet up with that and help figure out how to stage a defense of Amoragol from the invading forces of Sir George Garrison II, and his son the Third, and the person that is traveling alongside them that isn't the second or the third, but is more of Sir George's son than Sir George Garrison III.
That's a pretty good apt summation of the relationships.
So, forgive me if you don't want to bring this up, and I understand, but Sir Moncher, Dragon Slayer, you ready to talk about that, or you want to give that up a little bit?
To be fair, he didn't bring it up of his own accord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not like me, where you replace the original, right?
Nope. 100% the original Moncher.
Oh, sorry?
Yeah, I had to be around Garston Jr., so it's appreciated.
Gotta wonder a little bit, though, Moncher. Did you start the whole putting things in jars while you were still a human? Is that a dragon thing?
I just
Pause
asked
is
them
concerning.
whether their jar fetish is a human or dragon thing.
Yeah, I'm just. Unfortunately, I'm thinking of the jar people from Shadow of the Erd Tree, Shady. God, that's not a. Ugh.
Just put a bunch of people meat into a jar, congeal it, and see what comes out.
Yeah. Mix in some magicians and boom. You have a nice, tasty treat.
Pulped person.
Ugh.
That's a little fuzzy. I think it was right after I became a dragon. Have meat nearby to stop the urges.
Yeah, okay. Flavian gets a little bit further away from one chair.
What's wrong, Flavian? Where are you going? And Moncher scoots up next to him.
Follows
She
him
looks
around.
so Has anyone ever told you how well you'd look in a mason jar?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So anyway, we get back to the main settlements, and I've been thinking, all this whole thing is bad for business, And eventually, if we're talking to enough people, especially once we get to the big cities, tell them that. There's other people that are like me, and they want to still keep their flow of money going. So we talk with them, we convince them, not any money to be had with warfare. Hopefully, they'll then send those Bretonch thugs packing.
Mostly, I'm going around warning people of all sorts, so they have a chance to decide to find somewhere safer for themselves. Not everybody is a soldier, but everybody in war becomes possible dead body.
It seems this conflict was not as noble as everyone said it was in court.
Oh no, or never is.
It's a sales pitch. Because
The people in the court speak pretty, but then it's us that they send into the enemy camps at night to murder everyone in it. And they take the credit for, oh look, we defended the kingdom for you.
A cheery way you have of putting things, Duck.
I mean,
Mhm.
Duck's not
Thank
wrong
you.
on it.
I
Like,
suppose we're thinking about war.
like the only reason Sir George Garson II is coming out is because he's due to die a fateful death because of his Empyrean nature or whatever it is. So, like, he's walking all cock
Paragon?
and ballsy. Paragon. I
Paragon?
don't know where Empyrean came from.
That's Elden Ring.
Ugh.
Crossing the feed, sorry. But, like, he's got a paragon, so he's got to be died to do a glorious death. And the whole reason this Goblin War started is because, from what we've been told and what we found out intel-wise, Sir George Garson II was a whiny little bitch. He didn't get to participate in the Third Goblin War and get all the glory and honor for his name without having to risk the Battle of Death. So he was sending a whole new generation of people to go die horrific, painful deaths when they should be home with their families.
I'm sensing a lot of inferiority over about not being as widely regarded as Garston 1.
You'd be accurate in that sense.
Would you prefer to be called Sir Reed? Or would you like a different
Or-
name?
We could go with Muddy Buddy.
No, not that.
Okay.
If
Look how quick that was.
if your goal is to go into human cities, it would not behoove any of us to let it be known that I am anything less than human.
Oh, watch this. Duck turns into a human.
We have
Glamours.
Very
Flavian.
good, Dick.
Yes, you should see Flavian's. It's impressive. You'll never guess who he is.
Oh,
As that turns towards you.
Turn your glamour on,
Watch
Flavian.
this. Wah! Now Flavian has a mustache.
oh.
Who is this stranger?
It's the Clark Kent glasses, but it's a fake mustache.
Come to
They'll
think
never
of it,
know who I am.
the mustache does go well with the shape of your face.
Why, thank you.
Wait, Duck's glamour might still be stuck on Barbara from the. That was the last time she used it. Have to adjust it back to her normal, like, frumpy peasant.
Do you normally look like a horrid little gremlin?
I am a horrid little gremlin.
Oh,
Yeah, but the other one was very scrungly.
Oh,
no, you're still on
that
Barbara.
was another new friend. Wait, do we still have Martha, or is she staying?
Barbara took her home.
Okay.
So, like,
Oh yeah, with
Child
the
endangerment
Trask.
part of the campaign is over.
Thank you.
Yeah.
so when
Now
you
she
say
gets to ride the smaller Trask home.
when you say friend, do you mean friend or like Ross Weber kind of friend?
Less Ross Weber and more friend on the scale.
Former enemy friends.
We've defeated him in combat, shown him the error of his ways, and he is helping out with the war effort.
Well, if you mean defeated in combat, you mean we delivered an indignant child to shame him.
Look, it's
Yes.
it's a classic evil wizard counter.
Oh, I know.
That was an old tale when I was a wee lad.
Somehow always
Well done.
works, and I don't understand.
Yeah, Ross better watch out about which family he fleeces. Some kids might get after him.
Some magical misfits, perhaps.
Oh,
Couldn't
who
be.
could say? Unlikely, I think.
Well, Sir Reed,
Yeah, let's
let's
just go with that.
I can confidently tell you, only 2 things come out of war in any great number. And that is graveyards and orphans. There is no honor in making graveyards and orphans.
Well, so we want to head to the Grand Boo next, yes?
I think that's
Yeah.
the easiest.
Well,
For all of you.
I had a hard time finding it. I thought I had found it, but you say this town is Nanrouge. Those fields are, the name is apt. They are pretty empty.
I'm pretty sure I got turned around several times.
We know
Well,
basically where it is, right?
Yes.
If you
Well,
have,
Duck would definitely know because she's been there.
Yep.
you have business there, we do know the way.
TT.
Yeah.
So after Duck left the stronghold, I know we said she didn't go to Betelabel.
Mhm.
But did she end up in Leonis before she ended up in Lutetia, or was she in more?
Say she probably did end up in the fairyland underground of Leonis.
Okay.
For a bit.
Before she went to Lutetia and then to Skullcrack.
Yep.
You
Oh
scrambled a
god,
long
she's
way.
almost she's about to complete her circuit and then start lapping.
Yep.
You scrungled a long way.
As far as the duck flies.
Well, alright, this seems like a worthy cause. Because, I mean, all that you said about, like, Garthen and stuff, that, doesn't seem particularly knightly. In court, they always said knights were protectors of the weak.
supposed to be. The good ones are.
You seem to be a better knight than yours Garston is. Either
Yeah.
one.
Gostin's kind of a rat dastard who knows what he owes. He knows what he owes.
Oh,
Get his ass.
that's might be compliment, but I haven't done anything particularly knightly.
You did back
Give it
What are you
time.
doing?
back in
Good.
town, you did.
You fought off an entire vampire horde to keep half a city safe. That's pretty knightly.
I was also, well, I was protecting myself because, to be honest, that was really scary.
It was. Nothing wrong with being scared.
Knights
But
get
she did
scared
it
all the
anyway.
time.
Out of character. Didn't we recently have a conversation about how Grugan was like the most knightly of the group?
Oh my god.
A little bit,
Sure
yeah.
that-
You're about to
Oh,
have your
right,
heart
because
broken.
Duck pointed bric-a-brac to the Grugan.
Mm-hmm. Well, Grugan's got some skeletons in the closet too.
Grugan's got
Bric-a-brac
skeletons.
and Sir Reed.
Arthur, what are you doing in there?
Get out of my
It's
closet,
cozy.
Arthur!
It's cozy.
You should have just told your wife you're bisexual. She'd be into it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, my
god.
wife knew that.
She better.
Maple Samurai's girlfriend.
I was
is gonna
thinking
ship
more
that.
like I was thinking more like Bender just sleeping in the closet.
That's entirely what it was. It's like, what? It's the most coffin-shaped thing we've got around. I was feeling like taking a dirt nap.
Darling, I want you to know something. Just as much as I like women, I like men. And also giant pigs.
He
No.
likes getting porked down.
Go back on that
Oh.
last one.
Why? So specifically, Art is not going to be angled romantic shipping because he doesn't have permission from his wife.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
As
No.
it should be.
if
We
we
don't
meet
got
her,
no bastard cheaters here.
Look, look, Dark. Nothing would make me happier and more sad immediately than seeing my wife on this journey. Because one of three things has happened. Either my granddaughter, which, by the way, still fucking blowing my mind. I've got grandkids. I might have great grandkids. Oh god, I'm old.
You're also kind of dead.
Yeah. But one, it means my granddaughter went home, and she's got to do work help keeping people safe up north. She got a job, she got to do it. But the letters may have gotten there. Two, my wife is getting involved into things, and I don't want the thought of my wife getting involved because there's with a vampire plague running around, and that prick of Garston out? Fuck no. I saw how that one boy was talking about my wife. Apparently she's still got it. Good.
yeah, is she a wizard too, or
Oh, no. Wizards are horrible.
Can't fully argue that point, given the setting.
Damn wizards, they ruined Midgard.
I mean,
You
not
wizards sure
factually-
are a contentious lot, aren't
it's not
you?
factually incorrect.
Yes. I'm just
No.
imagining Barbarant at his tower window. Damn wizards, they ruined Midgard. Aren't you a wizard? You just made an enemy for life!
yeah, I'm just picturing that gun show panel with the wizard producing shotguns, but it's one of them like Barbara and just wizards, no sense of right or wrong.
But thirdly, I don't I love my wife. Gods, I fucking love my wife. But I haven't been home in 50 or 60 years. There's no amount of sorry I died that will make it up to her. And I don't want to see that, Ref. which is why I wrote her a letter and gave it to my granddaughter. I gave her all the letters I wrote to her. I wrote her a lot of letters back when I was alive.
I would hope someone would forgive you for the whole being stabbed thing.
"50-50.
You know, everything I've heard about your wife, I think if she went up to George Garston and slapped him, his neck would just break.
It depends on how she was doing in her studies. And how the other girls were doing and helping out. She could probably do it.
Your wife, a witch?
Doc looks to Reed. He's always this enigmatic. I'm still trying to track down.
Art winks at Reed.
Actually gonna have like a Pepe Silvio board of just like trying to figure out what the fuck Arthur's wife is.
Grugan's convinced that she's some sort of avatar of some sort of god.
Yeah, there's a section that's been X'd out. It's like, is she a dragon? Because that was a leading theory for a while.
Pretty sure no, but we can't say for sure.
Right. So, like, once this is all over, are you just gonna die again?
Excellent question that keeps me up every night.
You sleep?
No.
No! And now I miss it.
You
Fuck
poor
man, me
man.
too.
It's the reason I do the night watch. If I'm gonna be up anyway. Do you sleep?
Yeah, I do. That's why the goblins were able to catch me.
Nah, fair enough.
It's wandering around those fields were just kind of mind-numbing. Just lots and lots of empty earth. Started taking lots of naps, so... Ugh, this talking thing is weird.
Damn it, guys.
Well,
But you gotta practice. Remember your vocal exercises.
Well,
Red
you-
leather,
you'll
yellow leather. Red
you'll
leather,
get used
yellow
to the
leather.
talking. It took me a bit to get back to the talking because most of my vocal cords aren't in great condition. He says, extending the neck, showing the decay. It's fun,
Yeah,
though.
I could tell because I tried to strangle you. There wasn't a whole lot to strangle.
I didn't. Well, I don't have to
Just
breathe.
grabbing him around the spine.
It was like I understood. You were like just trying to. You were angry, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, sorry, I was
Are you
very
good?
afraid.
You're perfectly fine, man. Look, we'll get you caught up. We'll get you taught up, and we'll get you ready to face the world. I'll make that promise to you, mate.
Huh.
Zero, you're a fucking menace.
The Grand Duck Army.
like you said
They're trying to
earlier, it's
stop
the Black of
everything.
Decks.
All I could
The
imagine
ultimate
was
plan to win.
the Moscow song playing as the procession of ducks marches down the street.
I stopped paying attention. Where are the duck army? Do I need to bring the bear out again?
No, I sent them to roost.
Just in case.
Oh, hey, look, the bear made it out. On you, bear.
No escape.
It's a big bear.
Or
Hopefully, it can go back to the territory now that the Tarrasque is in competing.
Well, you all have a nice conversation where you come together and renew your alliance, as it were.
There was one final introduction Duck needed to do for Suri. Just it'll be very brief. They want to see his reaction. Like, oh, there is one other. Well, I've got a couple of talking things, but here, and Duck holds out the Goetic Maleficarium. Just say hello.
I am the Goetic Maleficarium. Do you wish to enslave the forces of hell to do your bidding?
He's a charmer.
No.
What's even the point of any of this anymore?
Don't worry, you'll get him. You'll get someone eventually. Hey,
Bring me to someone who wishes to enslave the forces of hell!
Look. We got a potential guy, but we're using you as leverage.
Fine.
I mean, he said Duck will put it away.
This is
It is basically her spellcasting focus now.
This
I like
is a
that-
very complicated band of people.
I like that we disappoint this book on the daily.
I mean, if we start facing more fiends, Duck can copy their, spells, and maybe that'll appease it. We need to run into Andromalius. Oh, that'll be a fun introduction. That's alright. They're going to cut off the our ending narration.
You guys have a nice night. You eventually make camp. And as everyone settles and falls asleep, about an hour into the night, Grugan, you are awoken by the call of a bird of some sort that you cannot, for the life of you, ignore. As you step out of the tent to just get some air and legs, you see a dark shape standing 100 feet or so away towards the field of Desoles. A massive form standing on 4 horse-like legs with a humanoid torso growing out of its back, wearing jagged and foreboding armor. You have not responded to my message.
Wasn't really planning to.
We have business to discuss. I shall see you in Brior Marsh. I have a proposition. I suggest you prepare to accept it.
There's just the angriest look that a boar can have on its face is crossing his face right now.
After all, I think we both know now what's at stake with this particular conflict. I will see you in Brior Marsh. Be ready. And the knuckle of E disappears into the gloom. Everyone gets 1 Fabula point for seeing a villain.
Ooh.
Oh boy!
I hate that guy.
And
Is
that's
that
where
the
we end
same
tonight.
one?
It
from the
is, in
flashback?
fact, the same one from the cutscene.
Done.
All I can imagine is Art is like head first in the book and is hearing none of this. Because he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, I would agree.